This video is all about sketch relations. Sketch relations in Solidworks help you establish what we call the design intent for your parametric parts. Design intent means that your part will react to changes in ways that you control and predict and establish as you build the part. This means in part that you have to know ahead of time how you're going to want to change the part later on. That's not always easy. One of the tools that allows you to control the design intent is sketch relations. This is something that you do right from the beginning, so you should learn this correctly and you should learn it thoroughly, really. To get started with sketch relations, we've got an open sketch here, and I'm just going to start with a simple line. The cursor talks to me as I'm doing this. The first thing it's saying right now is it's saying two different things. First, with the dotted line, it's showing me that I am inferring from the origin. So I have an inference of horizontal position to the origin. Plus, the little white square to the lower right shows me that the horizontal relationship is not going to be applied. Now, if I click right here, and keep dragging over, well, we're getting a dimension, but we're getting two other things. We're getting a coincident and a horizontal icon, and these are shown in yellow. Yellow dimensions are going to be applied when you lift your mouse button. The white ones are not applied, the yellow ones are. So when I release the mouse button, you can see in the Property Manager that I've got two new existing relations. One is a horizontal relation, and the second is a coincident relation with the origin. So if I try to move this line, I cannot move it up and down. The only thing I can do is move it left and right. And in SolidWorks, the colors are also talking to you. Notice that the line is black, but that the endpoints are blue. That means that the endpoints can move, but the main line cannot. When you select the line, all of the relationships are shown on the screen, but when you unselect it, they are hidden to help prevent the display from getting too cluttered. If you want to see the relationships all the time, go to the watchful eye icon in the heads-up view toolbar and down to the View Sketch Relations. This way, the relationships will always be shown on the screen. I just drew a line and I got several relationships. I'm now going to take an existing line, this endpoint, and drag it onto the origin, and I'm going to get another coincident relationship. This time it's the point that's coincident to the origin. And if I keep drawing, I'll get a vertical relationship, a horizontal relationship, no relationship at all, and now I'm going to make a tangent arc, and I can bring it around to get another inference with that dotted line that I've come around 180 degrees. I can switch with the A key to make that a straight line. Notice I'm getting several things here at once. I've got a yellow tangent, which means that tangent will be applied if I drop the cursor. And I'm also getting a white horizontal, and the white horizontal will not be applied. So I'll drop it there, and I can see that the tangent was applied. Now I want to drag this onto the origin to connect that. So I'll do that, but this isn't reacting the way I want it to. I want it to be parallel with this line on the other side. So if you're going to select two lines, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can do it the old-fashioned way, click and control-click. That's actually a good way to do it. Or you can use the fence. Going left means that anything crossing is going to be included in the selection. Or you could make a fence going right, which means anything that's fully included is going to make up the selection. Now notice that this context toolbar has come up, and one of the options here is to make parallel. I can also get this from the Property Manager on the left-hand side. But if I move too far away from the context toolbar, it will disappear. So I'm just going to select Make Parallel because it's close and easy to do. Now I'll grab this endpoint and drag it onto the origin. So there are several ways to apply sketch relationships. You can use inferencing and automatic relations from sketching. You can also use applying relations directly from the PropertyManager or the context menu, or you can drag and drop items onto other items to create relationships. There are times when you might want to see all of the relationships in a sketch. Sometimes there are errors, and this helps you troubleshoot. So what you can do is right-click and choose the Display Delete Relations. And this will show you everything that's in this sketch. You can also get relations that have a certain condition, such as locked, broken, external, dangling, and so on. This is a great tool for troubleshooting, and it even shows you what entities are involved in the relationships. You can take this a step further during troubleshooting and replace entities in particular relationships. When you're editing, it makes more sense to actually fix things rather than delete things. And you'll see why as you get more experience in the software. There are a lot of relationships down the tree, parent-child relationships, that get broken if you just delete anything that goes wrong rather than fix it. There are some other tools in the right mouse button menu that you might want to take a look at, such as there's a fully defined sketch option. Many people, I think, go a little overboard with the fully defined sketch mantra. I will fully define a sketch as long as it serves a purpose. As long as I'm going to make changes to the sketch later on for which I'll have dimensions, then I'll fully define it. But this fully defined sketch will add dimensions and relations to fully define the sketch. It doesn't mean that what you get as a result will be editable later on. That's one thing that's important to remember. I don't think it's so important to have a fully defined sketch that you'll just take whatever the computer gives you. I think a fully defined sketch has to be well thought out. Otherwise, you might as well not fully define it. Thanks for watching.